Switched off by generational trauma? I know this sounds impossible, but in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you breakthrough research from Harvard Medical School that proves beyond any doubt that financial abundance isn't just in your blood. It's literally written into your genetic code. And I'm going to reveal the simple bedtime audio protocol that can turn on these dormant wealth genes, starting as soon as tonight. Because here's what the scientific establishment doesn't want you to know. Your DNA isn't fixed. It changes every single day based on what you're exposed to. And certain sound frequencies combined with specific brainwave states can trigger something called epigenetic activation, which essentially flips the switch on genes that have been dormant your entire life, including the prosperity genes you inherited from your successful ancestors. Now I realize this might sound like science fiction, but just wait until you see the peer-reviewed research I'm about to share, because what you're about to discover will completely change how you think about wealth, genetics, and your own potential for abundance. Let me explain exactly how I discovered this. Hi, my name is Dr. James Chen. And let's be honest, I never thought delivering takeout would lead me to unlock humanity's genetic code for wealth. But I guess life has a way of surprising you when you've hit rock bottom. Just 2 years ago, I was on my way to becoming a leading geneticist, working on my PhD in epigenetics at Harvard Medical School. My research focused on how trauma and stress get inherited through DNA across generations. Colleagues called me brilliant. My future seemed limitless. Then, everything crumbled. My research funding got cut due to university budget crises. My wife of 8 years left me for someone with more stability. And my failed attempt to launch a genetic testing startup left me $340,000 in debt. Now here I was, delivering Uber Eats at midnight in San Francisco's rain and sleeping on a cot in my elderly grandmother's tiny Chinatown apartment, watching my dreams slip away one delivery at a time. I don't know if you've ever reached a point where you think you're at rock bottom before, but if so, you know it can feel like you'll never dig yourself out. And then when my life seemed completely hopeless, that's when it happened. It was just after midnight on a rainy Tuesday in November. I had just dropped off my last delivery when I got home to find my grandmother awake, which was strange because she usually slept early. She was sitting at the kitchen table surrounded by old family documents, birth certificates, immigration papers, letters written in classical Chinese. "James," she said, looking up at me with tears in her eyes. "I need to tell you something before I die. About our family, about why you're struggling." I sat down next to her, concerned. What she told me over the next 3 hours would completely change everything I thought I knew about genetics and wealth. My grandmother, Popo, what we called her, explained that our family came from a long line of successful merchants in Guangzhou, China. For over 400 years, the Chen family had been wealthy traders, selling silk, tea, and herbs throughout Asia. Generation after generation prospered. But in 1949, when the Communist Revolution happened, our family lost everything. My great-grandfather was labeled a capitalist enemy. Their wealth was seized, their property confiscated, and they fled to America with nothing but the clothes on their backs. "But James," she said, gripping my hand tightly, "they didn't just lose their money, they lost something much more important." She pulled out an old leather journal written entirely in classical Chinese. This was kept by our family for generations. It's called the Memory